biggest thing heading into this New York Mets offseason is where are the New York Mets going to allocate all of those assets that they have? Well, the folks over at SNY do yay or nay, and you will be surprised where they land on a lot of these topics. We're going to give our thoughts, and before we get started, make sure you smash that like button, become a subscriber. Let's get into it.
Candidates here, and these are contracts that SpotTrack has projected. Emmanuel, we'll start with you. Alex Bregman, 4 years, $100 million. Yay or nay for the?
Absolutely a yay. Something that I've been screaming about since the offseason began a couple of weeks ago. The Mets are in desperate need to solidify the third base position on this club, something that we've been talking about for forever. Enough of the Ronnie Mauricios, the Brett Beattys, the Mark Vientos. 4 years, $100 million, not a crazy long-term commitment, a guy who's clutch and have won a ton in the offseason. For me, it's an absolute yay.
Mets. Hard yay. There's a leader, there's a winner that the Mets need in their clubhouse desperately, let alone the fact he's just a really good baseball player. He takes the ball where it's pitched. He's a situational hitter. He comes through in big situations. He has postseason experience, and he's won. You know, look around that Mets clubhouse outside of Juan Soto, who, he's not the leader in that room. Who's actually won? Who's actually won on the biggest stage? I love this move, and I don't really care about the number. I want Alex Bregman playing third base and locking down that.
We talk about veteran leadership and the lack thereof winning with this club. Alex Bregman has been there, done it, and he's doing it again this year, or was doing it again this year. Big hits in big spots. He's also a Gold Glover. You know, we always love to skip over that. Something that could solidify that position, and it allows you to move guys like Brett Beatty, Mauricio, Jet Williams, and allow them to fight it out for second base.
Position for years to come. Hard yay for me.
Yeah, I'm going no, nay, just because I think there's better ways for the Mets to spend the money, for one thing. I'm a little worried about Bregman. Fenway was perfect for him, just like Houston was with the Crawford boxes, hitting that short porch and left. I'm not sure he's going to be a big-time hitter in the Yankee Stadium. He doesn't go that way with power, right field with power. I just think there's probably better ways to spend. I wouldn't be opposed to it if there's nothing else out there, because he is. I like the intangibles, things like that, but I'd try and spend the money other places.
All right, Danny, how about Pete Alonso, 6 years, $177 million. Yay or nay?
You said hard. Yay. I'm going to go extra hard. Yay for Pete Alonso. Okay. Yeah, I'm putting my stamp on this one. So
I'll say this. I want to bring Pete back, and this was my over-under. It's funny that this is what people are talking about now. I said boom or bust. Will the New York Mets be willing to go above 5 years in the offseason to bring Pete Alonso back? If you give him 6 years, that is 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. And look, his defensive metrics don't play out that well, and he appears to be a full-time DH probably in a year or two, at least part-time, and should probably be getting some part-time reps as of next season as well. It's a very hard sell. What is that? $29.5 million a year, roughly. You're going to be paying somebody who's 35 and 36 $30 million a year, locking up that position for now and for the future. So if you're a guy who likes prospects and are thinking about a guy like Ryan Clifford, who's 26, the Mets are not going to all of a sudden bring him up at 28, 29 years old. You make that deal, he is as good as gone. I don't see the Mets going 6 years. Maybe 4 maybe 5 if you're going to eat the 5th year, but 6 years for me is too rich. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.
First of all, if you look at the field of free agent first baseman next season, it's Pete. Pete is leading the way in every single category, in every single way, tangibly, intangibly, the face of your franchise, a guy who has grown up in your organization, who leads your franchise in home runs, who wants to be back, who put eye black on his face and used other guys' gloves and things because he wants to win so badly, and he said he wants to be there. I think it would be a mistake to not bring Pete back.
I'm not saying it would be a mistake, but to give him, that's a crazy contract. And let's not forget, Just a year ago, David Stearns was not willing to go more than 1 full year of commitment on Pete Alonso, and neither was the rest of baseball. Yes, he's coming off a great season, but he's also another year older. I don't see a guy in David Stearns saying, yeah, I'm willing to give you a 3-year deal last year. Now you're a year older. I'm going to give you a 6-year deal. So essentially a 7-year deal at the time. I would be shocked if the Mets signed him to a deal like that.
You gonna let him play first base every day?
I mean, I think that you can have
Good
those
press by
conversations,
Harper.
right?
You got to have him before you sign him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Extra hard. He has to be back in a Mets uniform.
As a DH,
There's
I'm
no,
all for it.
not to begin with. Not to begin.
Well, it's at
He's
least
too
got
young
He
to
hurt them when he
DH
really
right
hurt
now.
them with his throwing. He's hurting them with his throwing.
his glove is bad and his arm is even worse. All right, Harper.
It's funny because when I bring up things like that, I get called a hater and I don't watch the Mets, but everybody in the media says the same thing. Look, Pete's got a great scoop rate. No one can deny that, but he can't throw the ball. And his glove ain't that great. It's solid, but he can't throw the ball. And in big situations, he gets your pitchers hurt like Kodai Senga, or throws a ball away to home, or throws a ball over the pitcher's glove who's covering, allowing 2 or 3 runs. And we, missed out by 1 game. One of those throws could have changed the season.
This one's for you. Cody Bellinger. Mets want to upgrade their defense. Bellinger, great defensive player and versatile.
6 years, $182 million for Bellinger. That is a hard no for me, and I'll explain to you guys why. I know a lot of people are infatuated because he's in pinstripes right now, but if we look back at his career, not only is he a guy who gets injured here or there, he is so inconsistent with his bat, and I understand he could play left, he could play right, he could play center, he could play first base. He's very versatile, but I don't trust his bat, and he's having a good year this year, but go back and look. He's very up and down. Ask the Cubs how they felt last year. There's a reason why they traded him this offseason, and it wasn't just about Kyle Tucker. Considering how versatile a player Cody Bellinger is, they could have stuck him in a million different positions. Instead, they relied on a young guy like Pete Armstrong, which worked out for them, but I will reiterate it. No for Cody Bellinger for me. Not for that kind of money. I'm not totally opposed to Bellinger, but 6 years, $182 million? No way. Let him stay in the Bronx.
6 years, $182 million. Yay or nay?
Yeah, that's a hard yay. Is that what you said?
Hard.
Yay? Yeah.
Well, our boy John Heyman says different from me, or John Harper, excuse me, says different from me.
Extra hard.
Yeah.
Extra hard. Let's go. I love the guy. I love the way he plays the game. He's an all-around ball player. Can play. How many guys can play first base, center field, left field, wherever you want to put him, and play it well? And then he runs the bases really well, and he's a good hitter. So, and he's one of the best 2-strike hitters in baseball, which is what the Mets could use as well. I just think my problem is I don't think he's leaving the Bronx. He loves the Yankees. So
Are you going to poach another Yankee free agent?
So did Soto.
I mean, I think he's perfect. I think you could live without Alonso.
Soto supposedly loved the Bronx too. They love who pays them. Let's be real.
You went and got Bellinger.
Right.
By the way, this was a guy who nobody wanted.
Yeah. Well,
Don't forget, nobody wanted this guy.
I would worry about him offensively inconsistencies. I think he's perfect for the
Yep.
Yankees. No way would I pay him near $200 million to go to the Mets.
Why, what are you worried about? The field, the ballpark?
I just think he's inconsistent offensively. I trust him defensively. Sure, I'm not paying $182 million for a guy to play defense.
Exactly what I
He's got to
said.
be able to hit, and I think he's a product of the Yankee lineup and the ballpark. He's been inconsistent. He's good, even great, but I think.
Take a peek, by the way, at his home road splits this year. He loves sitting at Yankee Stadium.
All right, Emmanuel, this one's for you. Michael King, former Yankee, 4 years, $92 million. Yeah.
Absolutely a yay for me. I'm up and down. I know he's been hurt here or there, but when Michael King is on, of the free agents this year, in my opinion, he is the best. He's the only guy that consistently has an ERA in the 2s. 4 years would take you to age 30, 31, 32, 33. You could see you later. This is a prototypical David Stearns type deal. A guy with plus stuff. Maybe he, because of the injury concern, you can get him a little cheaper, but 4 years, $92 million, under $25 million a year would be the immediate ace of this staff. Then you could follow with the guys like McLean, Mania, and Senga, and you allow the other 2 kids to battle it out for the bottom of this line for the pitching rotation. It is an absolute yay for me for Michael King.
Yay or nay for the Mets?
Yay for King and yay for the New York experience. This guy is built for pitching in New York. He has the moxie. He has the confidence. He can anchor this Mets rotation. And you look at the free agent pitching field. Michael King, you may not think of him and look at him as the best pitcher. Maybe the best upside, though. And he can be the best pitcher in that field. And he won't cost you an arm and a leg.
You want to talk about a guy who Nolan McLean reminds me of? It is Michael King. A guy throws an absolute wiffle ball.
I love Michael King. He'll step into that clubhouse. He'll fortify that Mets pitching staff. You have a rotation anchored by Michael King and some of that young talent the Mets have coming through the pipipeline. Now, sign me up.
He's hurt all the time. That's the
All
problem.
the time. I mean, the year before, he put 33 starts.
Yeah, 1 year. That's the only one. He's would have done it 1 year. Last year he was hurt. The year before he was hurt.
Harper said that right here on this program. I'll be sure to link that video at the end of this video so you guys can see the free agents that John Harper touched on live on our show. I'll be sure to link that at the end of this video.
Just be worried. I think he's the best guy out there. The upside.
Best bargain, best value too.
All right, more free agent pitching here, Danny. Ranger Suarez, 6 years, 161 million. Yeah.
6 years, 161 million for Ranger Suarez. I understand his splits have been good. They've been getting better, but the soft tosser scares the hell out of me because once they lose a mile or two an hour or any rev rate, they are done for. And a guy who's a soft tossing lefty, 6 years, $161 million, I would rather put my money in a guy like a Michael King rather than a Ranger Suarez. But that's just me. Let me know in the comments who you'd rather have.
My guy is the best guy out there. Ranger Suarez is the best guy out there. I want to show you these splits.
Yay?
Sorry, yay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yay. Okay, here are my splits, right? The last 2 seasons, you can see the number of...
That's the thing. Look, 161 million. I better be getting an ace. 3.5 ERA is not an ace. It's just not. And I understand people are going to bring up the quality starts. I've been hearing that a ton. He had a lot this year. I believe 16 or 17 quality starts this year. I get it, but he's not an ace.
Consistent. His ERA even better this year. Strikeouts, a few more this year. Quality starts, that's what I care about. There's 6 more quality starts. He also pitched 7 more innings this year in the regular season. Back-to-back seasons of 150 innings pitched plus. He could come out of the pen for the Phillies during the postseason. I know he's...
Think about that. He could come out of the pen for the Phillies during the postseason. You're going to give him 6 years, $161 million.
A little tiny injury, but like I like a versatile pitcher. I like a guy who's consistent. I like a guy who's young. You're giving the face where you no, I know that face.
No,
I know that face. What are you about to say?
I'm not. It has nothing to do with what you're saying here. I hesitate to invest. I'm with Stearns. I hesitate to invest big money in starting pitching.
They got to go get.
He doesn't want to invest big money in starting pitching. Then you're not winning at all. Plain and simple. Who are the teams that are the favorites to win right now? The Yankees were. They invested big time. Maybe not the Blue Jays, but the Tigers, who were big this year, they were the best team in baseball for the first half of the year. They got Tariq Skubal. The Phillies, Wheeler, all of those guys, Christopher Sanchez, you name it, they got it. You look at over in LA, you have Ohtani pitching over there. You got Tyler Glasnow, Blake Snell. You have Yamamoto, Sasaki. The better teams spend on starting pitching. I feel like Sal is a little gun shy because David Stearns blew it this past offseason. Call a spade a spade. He absolutely blew this offseason with the signings of Sean Manaea and Frankie Montas. That's what it is. Sal is acting like a scarred fan, but you can't act that way. You need to win. You need to invest heavily in starting pitching.
You got to start pitching.
Sorry, they had nothing this year.
After this year.
Danny, I'm with you on Suarez.
Thank you, Harp, for once.
I'm not saying I want Suarez or wouldn't want Suarez. I'm just saying I don't trust.
Yeah, they got to go pay for pitching.
Where are you going to get it?
Understood. Maybe trade for it. I want something more of a known commodity.
Pay.
I worry about paying 100. We saw this with Rodon a couple of years ago. It took him 3 years to finally be competent. Max Fried got 200. I like the face. Max Fried got $218 million. How did he do?
Well, they wouldn't be here without Fried.
He had a great year.
Yeah, it's a bad comparison. Fried had a great year.
Max Fried, and he goes out there and pitched in the postseason and did that. I'd be lighting him up. That's unacceptable. So you can get that. Hey, I can find a lot of guys that can perform like that.
You can say that about a lot of guys.
Anyone can get.
And that's what I got for you guys today. A lot of yay or nay, some good content from over there at SNY. A couple guys that I'd be interested. Number 1 on my list, obviously, it's got to be Pete Alonso. You got to retain him. But number 2, get Michael King in the building. Get a legitimate front of the line starter, and I wouldn't stop there. The New York Mets would also be, have to explore the trade market. Dare I say, bring in 2 pitchers, maybe Michael King and another guy, and I would consider bringing back Canning on a spring training invite. See where that's at, but that's all I got for you guys today. I'll be sure to link the John Harper video right here on the screen, so be sure to give it a click. Check that interview out. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Let's go Mets. God bless.